All right, I think we're live. Sports fans, what's going on? Patrick over here at Ghost Picks ATS coming at you live with a free play of the day in college basketball. It is the Sweet 16, the sweetest time of the year. We'll also have a golf pick, a couple golf matchups in the WGC Golf Classic match play. We've been all over it. 4-1 in premium plays this week. I threw out some free plays yesterday. They hit as well. So golf picks have been A1. Look to do that got a couple more for you today. For those of you tuning in immediately right off the rip, that's awesome. I appreciate that always. Like, comment, subscribe. If you have that notification thing, turned on, you get to see this hopefully in time. Tyrell Hatton, golf pick, 11:04 Eastern Standard Time. We'll start off with one right out of the gates. Tyrell Hatton. This is a premium play, but since it's only going to be the first 20 minutes of people to get this pick, might as well do it here. Tyrell Hatton, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time over. Daniel Berger is -110, just pretty much across the board. Huge fan. So we'll start off with that one just out of the gate. Let's see. From there on, we'll go quick recap, and then we'll get on into free play of the day in Kansas and Providence in the Sweet 16. So yesterday, solid day. Across the board, it's been a good couple days in college basketball. Good bounce backs. So big one yesterday, top tier on Texas Tech. Duke first half under. Had a huge morning actually. Free play was on Michigan and Villanova under. That was a hit. So everybody was eating. The free picks hit and the premium picks hit as well. So just about everybody's happy. And we look to do that again here today. So out of the gate, once again, I will repeat this one a couple times over the next 20 minutes just in case anyone wants to hop on. So this is a golf pick, Tyrell Hatton over Daniel Berger. It is at 11:05 Eastern Standard Time. That's just a moderate play, nothing too crazy. These golf matchups have been pretty damn good, and they're all heavily accounted for. This is Friday golf, where head-to-head matchups. It's pretty much win or go home for these guys today. So a lot on the line. I'll take these guys' chips on the table. There will be some more picks later in the episode, including my guy Moff Dollar's guy Kevin Kisner. We might be riding him. Shoot. Providence, Kansas. We will get into that one. That will be the mainstay. That will be the main game of the day. But I'm also down to talk about any other college game that someone wants to talk about. So someone had mentioned St. Peter's and Purdue. So I might just break that one down if everyone's cool with that one. If not, maybe another game in the comments if someone really wants to talk about another game. So Providence, Kansas, and St. Peter's, Purdue. We'll talk about both of those games as well as some more golf picks. With no further ado, I guess Kansas and Providence. Get right on into that one. This line is set at 141.5 for the total with Kansas as a 7. That's actually dropped a little bit since I hopped on here. So let me see. Kansas is looking at like a 7.5 point favorite. That line's it's even 6.5 here at BetMGM, which is interesting. So early money on Providence, late money on Providence, and that line is a dropping. So, we'll see what we got there. We'll get on into that one ASAP. I think the number one factor in this game, simply put, is Kansas's 3-point defense, and for that reason, pick Providence team total under. That team total is actually rising up with that line. So bear with me for just 1 second. So the line is dropping, which means their team total is rising, and I like that under. I think this is going to be a dogfight. I've said it about Providence a million times. While I respect the hell out of the team, they play hard. They play my kind of basketball. They shoot the three. I'm always going against them when they're favorites. But here as a 7-point dog, I don't love going against them too much. Their defense will scrap to the final whistle. They rebound well. They don't force too many turnovers, which I always like to see out of a dog. So that's why I'm not heavily on Providence in this one. But anyways, one thing I always say about Providence is they run 20-second, 25-second sets. Every one of their offensive sets is direct. It's meaningful. They cross half court looking to run a play. They run a lot of screens. They work you. That Noah Horschel is about 50% from three in the tournament. And if Providence shoots the way they have from three, they're going to beat just about anybody. I think they shot like 60% in the first half versus in their last matchup. And then against South Dakota State in their original matchup, they also shot the ball well right out of the gates. And if they start out hot against Kansas, now that is the main thing that I want to talk about here today. I don't think that happens. That is my hot take, I guess. Not a hot take, normal take, whatever. But here's my breakdown of the game and why I will be taking the Providence team total under. Providence, team total under. You look at the 3 games this year where they lost and they struggled the most. They were against Marquette, and Creighton. And those were in the Big East. And if you look at the number 1 and 2 3-point defense in the Big East, Marquette and Creighton, it's no oddity. Providence they shoot a lot of 3-pointers, and they shoot it at a pretty damn good clip. They got multiple guys that can shoot them, so you got to have multiple guys that can defend the 3. The main thing that Providence does is run long sets. They run a lot of screens. We saw it South Dakota State. We saw it at the end of the shot clock, just money, open 3. Kansas has to be focused for the entire shot clock, but they've shown that all year long. That is what they do. They don't allow a lot of threes, which is a main key, and they guard them at one of the best percentage. In Big 12 play, they allowed like 29% from the 3-point line, which is in the top 35 in college basketball. That's going to be absolutely crucial against Providence here today. So Providence, they're going to have to stop them on the defensive end, in my opinion, if they're going to keep this game tight. I don't love either side in this one. I will be looking for if Kansas does jump them out of the gate, which I do not quite see. I kind of see Providence coming out hot in this one, and then Kansas kind of getting their bearings. So if I can get Kansas, -3, without a doubt, I'll be taking that one. But if pregame 100% Providence team total under is the official free play. We got people in the chat over here. Chat's popping off. Good. I love it. That's awesome. But anyways, Providence team total under. We will be rolling with that for the official free play. And now we'll get into a little bit of golf. And then we'll bounce back to basketball, and we'll get on into some St. Peter's versus Purdue. We'll talk a little action in that one. Man, I love St. Peter. Shaheem Holloway, what he's doing with those guys, damn good. But getting into golf, a couple plays I absolutely love. These were guys, put a lot of work in pre-tournament, looking at some of the best guys at match play in the wind at this course, at this tournament, who are hot at the moment. Alex Noren, I've got him to advance. We've got him to win. -115 over Corey Connors today. This is a winner-go-home matchup. If Alex Noren does not, whoever wins this matchup simply today, goes on to the next round. They're tied right now, and, any sudden death tiebreaker is a stroke play event. They just keep playing. So whoever wins out of those two guys today will advance. And I actually had Corey Connors as one of the guys I was looking to fade to start this tournament, to start this match play event. So I'm pretty excited to get a guy like Alex Noren, who I have as one of my top guys overall. And he's proved it over the past 2 days. So Alex Noren -115 over Corey Connors. That's at DraftKings. That's across some other books. Nothing too crazy. Alex Noren over Corey Connors. Free play golf. Again, the other one, Terrell Hatton. So if you're tuned in, there's 12 people over here in the chat. So if you're into golf and if you're looking for something to watch today during the day, Friday, leading up into the Sweet 16, Terrell Hatton. I love this pick. I already emailed it out over Daniel Berger. It's -110 pretty much across the board at any book. They're a toss-up, but in this matchup where the wind's getting up there, and Hatton's been playing pretty damn good. Berger's a hothead, and that's one thing. If I've been watching enough match play, it's all about being cool, understanding it's an 18-hole thing. Morikawa, Sergio Garcia was a perfect example yesterday. Morikawa is young, American, just phenomenal, but he's not used to match play. He was kicking Sergio Garcia's ass, and sure enough, around like 13, takes a foot off the gas, makes a couple of mental errors, and that weighs on him. Next thing you know, Sergio halves it and almost steals it from him as a whole. So match play is a completely different monster. No matter how far you're behind, you better keep that foot in the gas. I like Tyrrell Hatton here at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 11:05. Phenomenal win player, phenomenal putter, one of the best on tour. Actually, he's Tyrrell Hatton right now. He's the best over the last 20 rounds, the best 30 rounds, the best 50 rounds putting. So definitely the best putter in the field. And then when you look at him, how he's been hitting the ball, which is not he's solid, but he's been hitting it pretty damn good over the past month. So definitely rolling with Hatton today to move on to the next round. Next one, my guy, Moff Dollars. I think he's over here in the chat too. Good for my guy. Moff Dollars, Kevin Kisner over Justin Thomas. This one's for the people. This is the people's man. Kevin Kisner, my guy. Minus 125 over at DraftKings. FanDuel, he's got him at like 3-way at some like plus 170 or something like that. But I like him. Kisner to do his thing. He's one of the best match play guys. Once again, Justin Thomas, as good as he is, to be minus 145, he is as hot-headed as it gets. Sure, he is streaky, and he might go up. He might beat Kisner by 5. But whether you lose by 5 or win by 5 or lose by 1, they pay the same. And Kisner is one of these guys who is the best match play golfer we have seen. Little pesky mofo is just not fun to play against. So I will be taking that one as well. Kevin Kisner plus the money against Justin Thomas. That is later in the day. So in a nutshell, Providence team total under. Quick recap. Providence team total under is official free play of the day. Dogfight. Kansas guards the 3 phenomenally. Best in the Big 12. Providence has struggled this year against teams that shoot the 3. If they take 30 seconds into the shot clock and they don't hit those threes, those are long possessions, and those really add up very quickly. So Providence team total under is what I'll be writing there. Golf matchups, quick pop-ups here. We got Alex Noren minus the 115 over Corey Connors across the board, and then Kevin Kisner plus the 125. Bada bing, bada boom. And those are pretty much DraftKings, but just about every book has them relatively the same for those matchups today in this World Golf Classic, which I do like. Usually golf, different sports books have different matchups for the day. That's a pain in the ass. But since it is match play, everybody has the same matchups, which is awesome. So hop on if you want. If not, track them. If not, who gives a shit? Back to basketball. St. Peter's versus Purdue on the fly here. Looking at this one, Purdue is up to 13 in some spots as money's about 50-50. People love that St. Peter's money line plus 650. I don't doubt them. I was on St. Peter's over Kentucky. I had St. Peter's in my bracket over Kentucky. I was a believer. I am a believer. This team is just absolutely scrappy as hell. I'm a huge fan of what they do. You need good guard play, you need to limit turnovers, and you need to play hard as hell defense. And if you can hit shots, you can win. And they hit some shots. I don't really see it against this Purdue team with good size, good length, and just about good everything. Keeping it within the 13 is going to be a tough one. Purdue is, I think they have the best center in college basketball, and it's not even Zach Edey. I think Trevion Williams is the way he passes the ball is like Nikola Jokic-esque. When they have the 4 shooters and him on the court, it's the most dangerous lineup. I was on Texas versus Purdue last time out, and when Zach Edey picked up the first foul in the first 10 seconds, I was like, I was hot because Edey picks up the foul. Trevin Williams comes in the game, and sure enough, within the first 5 minutes of the game, he's got 10 points, 3 assists, 4 rebounds. Dude drove me crazy. But the guy's a ball player, and more importantly, Zach Edey is a liability on the perimeter, and St. Peter's runs that 5-out offense. We saw it with Hunter Dickinson yesterday. When you have that big guy, 7'1", 7'2", Zach Edey, 7'4", on the perimeter trying to guard, trying to keep up. That's not easy. Those are easy layups at the rim. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Purdue slide back into a little bit of zone here today and take some longer possessions. This game, I am looking at the under 133.5. In particular, I do like the first half under even more so. That number is sitting at it's a pretty low number, but 62.5. That's not too shabby for how these two teams play. Fouls are a huge issue. There's no hiding from it. And Purdue goes to the line for 2. Purdue shot 45 free throws against Texas. It was absolutely insane. But St. Peter's plays aggressive. They foul. I'm not denying it. I'm expecting Purdue to get to the line here today. And if Zach Edey gets the ball, I think they might do a hack-a-shack. I think it's if it was me, that's what I'd do. I mean, Edey, he's clank, 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 from the line. So it's one of those games. It's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a grind out. Purdue can shoot the lights out, but St. Peter's, they're going to get in their face. They're going to come out fiery. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind. Whether or not Purdue's size is too much for St. Peter's will be another issue. But I am going to roll with the under in the first half under in that one as an official free play as well. Premium picks, I haven't talked about anything really. Premium picks yesterday absolutely rolled. Lost on the night slate, but swept the early, the 7 p.m. Sweet 16, had the unders, had the first half under, had Villanova, and then had Arkansas as well. And, the write-ups, if you're interested, the $99 weekend, get you all golf picks, get you all basketball, get you everything all the way through the weekend. And the write-ups, if even if you're on the opposite side or whatever, I feel like the Duke live insight wasn't official free play. But Duke coming from behind, that was nice little insight as well. So I think it's pretty good, but that's here nor there, obviously. Golf picks, recap, Kisner, Noren, Tyrrell Hatton's about to tee off right now. I like Tyrrell Hatton over Daniel Berger at minus 110. If you're just tuning in, that tees off here in about 3-4 minutes. But I think I'm about to get out of here. I think that's about all I got. 20 minutes. I think we did a pretty good there. Let me see. Reading some comments. Hey, I'll tell you, Stackhouse, hey, the tournament has been brutal. I'll tell you, I've had my swings. First round I couldn't miss, and then all of a sudden couldn't hit. I picked some teams that shot 20% from the field. Tournament has been no joke. It's been a beast. But one thing that's been steady has actually been one of my models, and we've been cashing pretty good. Arkansas yesterday, big dog, scrappy, won outright. It's a grind, figuring out some of these picks. In my opinion, talking realistic. Before getting out of here, Providence versus Kansas. I love Kansas. I think Kansas beats them by 30. I think Providence I think they're liable to get just destroyed. I will be taking an alternate line. If you want to ride with me, hop on an alternate line with Kansas by 20 plus and just beat the brakes off Providence. Because when Providence loses, they lose. They live and die by the 3. In the 3 games this year, where they played against the best 3-point shooting defense, they lost all 3 of them. They didn't cross 60 points, and that is why I'm on Providence's team total under today. If they prove me wrong, which Providence has all year long, I've lost more against Providence than probably any team. And here we are again. I've only got 3 more maybe opportunities to go against them, so got to do what I got to do. I think, Creighton. I know. I mean, these are facts. The 3 best 3-point shooting defenses. Virginia plays phenomenal. Marquette, Creighton. 40 points versus Virginia, 56 versus Marquette, 58 versus Creighton. Ball don't lie. It's tough to shoot tough to add up points when you play against defenses like that. So here nor there. Alternate line, Kansas minus the 20. But anyway, that's what I was saying. That's what I was getting at. But I think the best play is actually Providence team total under. rather than taking that. That team is scrappy in their own right. I love a good scrappy team. Providence isn't quite the same as Arkansas, but they get after it. And their discipline, well coached, always very important in March to me, is well coached. And Bill Self versus Cooley, two great coaches, and that is why I'm not completely sold on one side or the other. I will be looking for Kansas -3 or Providence. Yeah, that's about it. Kansas -3. I think if Providence keeps it tight, it's going to be low scoring. Kansas is going to have to be cold. So good luck. God bless. Grind on. I'm out of here. I think that's all we got. Quick recap for the 19th time. Kisner, Norin, Hatton, golf, St. Peter's, Purdue, unders, first half and full game, and then the old Providence team total under as well. I'm out of here. Thanks for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe. That's all I can do. Appreciate it. $99 package gets you through the weekend. Golf matchups, free plays, everything. We're kicking.